Welcome to another episode of How to ABL. It is Snare season, and today is 9/9/2023. Open day means you can pretty much use whoever you want, but I tend to see that Gene and Luna are both scoring the best. Their scores are inconsistent, and I can't score the same score each time. Usually it ranges between 9 and 10 million. I will be using Rage on both characters, and I'm going to show you both characters starting with Gene. You can use a Judgment, you can use an Anger proc, but Rage is your best bet for ABL. You want to use Thor as your striker. Thor tends to increase the score for ABL. I don't know why, but through testing, I've noticed it does help, so I typically use them. This right here is pretty much the rotation, which is no rotation at all. Hit everything as soon as it's on cooldown. 5, 3, and 1, you can slight delay. You don't delay 6. Waiting for the wings to pop does not increase the score. I've tested it multiple times, and instantly canceling always scores more for me. If you have a different rotation that works better for you, stick with the rotation that works for you, but I at least advise trying a rotation 3 or 4 times to see if it doesn't work for you before dismissing it. So, switching to right here, and boom. Pretty straightforward. Instantly canceling everything besides for that 5 for a second, that 3 for a second, 7, 6, instantly cancel it. Careful with you too, because it will throw you around the screen, so if there's minions nearby, it can actually take you away from Surtur. In the center here, you can use both 6 and you can use 1 to cancel. You do have to do 6 a little bit early in order to get the snare in there, because it is a very late snare. It's towards the end, so you want to use your 6 as soon as he is targetable. Do not delay. If not, you want to use your 1. Alright, let's go get that orb. Sometimes it's hard to see where the orbs land. Turning down your graphics can actually help, because the animations with Gene can cause some lag on both emulators and phones. So I would turn it down. I have mine turned down, but do what works best for you. Alright. So I got lucky and picked up that last orb, so I've got Odin Force going on right now. I usually try to focus on the next skill that's about to cool down and start tapping on it as soon as possible, so there's no delay or waiting. Probably could have saved that 6. That might affect my score a bit, but we'll figure it out. Alright, got that snare. As soon as he raises the sword, you can pop that 1 and get that snare to cancel. That was the last cancel, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't gotta save anything. Alright, let's get that last orb. Pop right in for the last rotation. Last rotation of spam, right? I have tried numerous teams. I definitely have opinions on which teams are the best and which teams end up scoring the most. As you can see here, I was doing this earlier, and I was not even breaking 9 million for today, and here I go breaking 10. This score is all over the place. This is literally the highest I've ever scored with Gene, so I don't even know what to tell you at this point. Literally just ran with the same team and tried to re-record the video, and I hit 9.2 million. So I don't know. That last score you saw up that I just beat was Luna's snow score. So I'm really having difficulty saying what the best team is. I think a lot of it has to do with some luck here, but there you go. You saw it yourself. 10.3 million. I am going to try to run Luna. Now, I've tried various teams with Luna Snow as well, and like I said, I mean, it's kind of all over the place, so it's really hard to say which is which and which one you should be using. I guess just use whoever you want at this point. But they're both fantastic options for today if you have their best uniform. So, set this up really quick. And now for Luna Snow. Rage, as I mentioned, is the best. You can use a Judgment or an Anger proc. You're pretty much going to keep 5, 4, 3 together, spam everything else. You cancel with the 5, use it as soon as you see him raise a sword. And actually, in fact, use it as soon as he's targetable. If you use 5 as soon as he's targetable, you're going to get the cancel off with the Snare. So let's go ahead and share that in action, and then we'll talk about all the crazy stuff that's been going on today with these characters and teams. There you go. And as you can see, that's 9.3. I've done over 9 before. I've done a little bit less than 9. I've done so much randomness today that it's absolutely insane. So let's talk about some different options. Maybe show a few other scores that I did from earlier today, just showing you the score section real quick. See, I don't get this. I'm probably not even going to break. Yeah, I'm not going to break. Not going to break 9 million. But I literally just scored 9.6 or whatever million. All right, after those clips, just let's go into my account, go into both characters, and you make up your own mind who you think is the best for the day. I mean, honestly, for me, it's obviously Jean, so I'm just going to stick with using Jean since I'm consistently scoring more with her. All right, with my account, let me just show my cards. If you want to pause it, you can. More pierce means more damage, and maybe, honestly, that's what's wrong with my account. Maybe the extra 25% pierce helps you to pierce through their resistances. So maybe Misty would be a better leadership option if I had more pierce. I don't know why else Wave always has scored more for me, but Wave is a better leadership for my Luna. I always score more with that, with her as a leader. X swords. Here's my X swords. Let me go ahead and show both Jean and Luna really quick. So here's Jean. Here's the overcap stats, all those good stats and stuff. Skills, I typically use Thor. ISO 8 is overdrive, but any attack set, as long as there are 6 red stars, you're in good shape. Artifact, custom gear is a brilliant with enraged, 0.9. 1.9 or 1.2 instead of the 0.9. 1.2 is where I had the rage rolled to down here. So, yeah, 0.9 is where you want it if it's a normal rage. Mythic uniform. Let me show you Luna. Luna also has a mythic uniform. Show her stats first. Here's her stats. Using Thor as the striker because he's apparently the best striker for today, but I'm going to go ahead and switch it back before I forget. Got to power the Angry Hulk. Again, 6 red stars on all of those. I do have her custom artifact, which gives her more damage. I do have a Brilliant as well, but I have the all attack. I need to reroll this. It's only at a 1%, and it's Enraged is a better option in my opinion. Mythic uniform. Let's talk about team-up bonuses and other options for today if you don't have either character. So I'm going to go over here to Arena, Alliance Battle, Legendary Battle, and I'm going to challenge it. So, everyone tells me that using Misty's leadership, which gives you, I believe it's 60% for the leadership. Let me just pull her up really quick. Misty Knight. Everyone says this is the best lead for Luna Snow for today. Everyone says this is the meta team. 60% increased cold damage. Unless it's the Pierce. I mean, I've used Misty Knight. I score less with Misty Knight every time. You could also use Fury, but I score less with Fury. Using Wave, for whatever reason, even though it's not mathing properly, I always score more. I mean, she does have the support ability, but again, it's not as good as Fury's. Her leadership's half as much as Fury's. It makes no sense. But this Wave, this team right here is what scores the most for Luna, for ABX and ABL on my account. And I've tested it multiple times, and I've never seen an exception to that. So this is probably the meta team as far as I'm concerned, but most people will tell you it's Misty, White Fox, and Luna. Then as far as using Jean, which I've been having most success with Jean, you probably want to use Dazzler because she's a mutant and you get that mutant support, right? You get that 65% damage dealt. But leadership-wise, I mean, you could technically use Black Cat, but honestly, I'm having the best luck with Ghost Panther. Ghost Panther has that leadership that's giving you the 30% plus his passive gives you another 50. That's 80% fire damage, and then the 45% damage dealt. So this one right here that's the team that you saw me score over 10 million on, and I ran this team. I've ran it with Valkyrie instead of Dazzler, and I've ran it multiple times, and I was scoring 9 million, 9.2, 9.3. I was not scoring 10, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere I scored 10. Magneto is another great choice with Magneto's leadership using Dazzler and Valkyrie. It's a fantastic choice for today if you have his Krakoan Winter uniform. Any of the ABL meta characters are worth using today, but honestly, I think you're going to score the most with either Luna or Jean Grey, followed by Magneto. Those are the top three, in my opinion, meta options for today. Run them all. Run them multiple times. If they're spam characters, your scores will be all over, as you saw. So, I'm done. I'm done. I ran this like 20 times today. Jean's my top scorer. I can't outscore her. And she doesn't score consistently, but yeah, she's still my top scorer, so I'm just going to stick with using Jean. Alright, thanks for watching. If you found this useful at all, consider thumb upping and commenting. It helps the algorithm, and may your ABL scores be as high as possible. Catch you in the next one.